Hi, today I want to show you how you can migrate from Despia version 2 to Despia version 3. Now, first of all, if you are considering moving to Despia version 3 with the Android platform, you do not have to do anything. Just rebuild your application. With the automated publishing, it will take care of everything automatically. Now, if you are using iOS and you want to upgrade your iOS application that is currently deployed using Despia version 2, we need to go through a few steps to make sure that this is set up correctly. And today, in this video, I want to show you how you can upgrade from version 2 to version 3. So let's take a look at that together. First of all, as you can see, I already have a Despia application that already has been successfully published with version 2, as you can see right inside of here. Now, we need to upgrade this to use version 3. If we were to just rebuild the application right now, it would fail because Despia automatically uses the latest version when you do a build. So what we want to do is we want to close this and we want to update some things on our Apple developer account when it comes to the identifiers and capabilities to get this all set up. So if we click on Publish App under Apple iOS, you will see that there are new identifiers and new things that look kind of strange to you. There is a push bundle ID, a push group ID, a clip bundle ID, a clip group ID, a share bundle ID, a share app group, and then a widget bundle ID and a widget app group, and all those kinds of things. So you have bundle IDs and app groups, and you have 4 of those. So how do we set this up? It's actually quite simple. Now, what you have is you have your core bundle ID that will stay the same, but we need to enable a few new capabilities. Then we split actually the push notification capability into a package with a bundle ID and an app group. And we have the app target, the app clip target into a bundle ID and in an app group. And then the share target, we also for that have a bundle ID and an app group. And for the smart widget, we have a bundle ID and the app group. And they need to be all linked together. Now, let's start with the simplest thing, updating the app bundle ID. For that, I'm going to go to Apple Developer, I'm going to go on my bundle ID, and we need to adjust a few capabilities. Now, first of all, we want to make sure that we enable app attest, app groups, and associated domains. They all need to be enabled. You more than likely already have them enabled, but please double check and make sure that you have associated domains definitely turned on. Now, we also need to enable a few new capabilities. We need to go all the way down here to iCloud, and we need to enable iCloud and include CloudKit support requires Xcode 6. You want to have those enabled. So iCloud enabled, and then inside of there is a little menu, a little option inside of that option, and you want to make sure that you select the first option, include CloudKit support requires Xcode 6. We're at 16 or something, so you know, you're good. And then if you scroll down a little bit more, you want to make sure that you have push notifications broadcast capability. That is very important. And then that should be it. There you go. So now we need to save those changes. It will now say modify application, and we will confirm this. Now we have adjusted that app bundle ID for our application here. Now we need to add new identifiers because every of those new packages needs to have their own identifier. So let's start with the OneSignal target. Keep in mind, if you already have Despia set up, you already have a OneSignal app group registered. So you do not need to register the app group because you still have it. You just now need to register the app group and link that with the new bundle ID that we're about to add here. So let's copy the bundle ID and let's create a bundle ID for the OneSignal target. So I'm going to go inside of here. I will go on app ID and I'm going to go on continue. I will select type app and I will continue. And now we're registering this for the OneSignal application. So now I'm going to go to description and I will say OneSignal app, OneSignal bundle ID for, and then I will put my app name in here, which this app is called WeWeb. But, you know, your app could be called Nordcraft, your app could be called Wiz, your app could be called Webflow, it could be your app name, whatever your app is called, right? It's just an example name here. It's the only project I have in my Despia workspace that still runs on version 2, so I'm improvising here. So there you go, OneSignal bundle ID for my app name, and then I'm going to put the bundle ID inside of here. There you go. I just pasted that, and it comes right here from OneSignal target, and you have this push bundle ID. I copy that and put this right inside of here under the bundle ID, and it will be explicit. There you go. And now we need to enable a few capabilities on this. Now, because this is for push notifications, we obviously need to scroll all the way down here, and we need to enable push notifications broadcast capability. But we also need to scroll all the way up here and enable app groups, because it will need to be linked to the app group that, as you can see here, we have this OneSignal target in the Despia editor, and we have this push bundle ID, and we have this associated app group, which should be already registered. If not, we will do that together as well in this video. So they are one package essentially. So let's go back here. So just to summarize, we have this OneSignal bundle ID for app name. I pasted that bundle ID inside of here, and then I have app groups enabled and push notifications broadcast capability, as you can see right inside of here. So now let's continue and register this. Perfect. Now I'm going to search for this again, and now as you can see, I will see OneSignal bundle ID for my app name. Now I will actually need to click on this again once we complete another step. Let's now go to this drop down here, and let's look for app groups. And let's look for our app name inside of here. As you can see, I already have an app group for this. I'm just going to delete this app group for my current application. So we're just going to remove it. Now if I look for that application again, you see I don't have any app groups. You want exactly that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this push app group for this OneSignal target package that you will find in the Despia editor. So I'm going to copy that, and now I'm going to create a new app group here. We make sure that we click on app groups, and we go on continue, and now we're going to write a description. I'm going to call this app group for OneSignal for, and then I will put my app name inside of here. There you go. And then I will paste the app group identifier inside of this identifier field. And I will continue, and I will register it. Now, I will look for my app name here, and as you can see, it was registered. Now, we need to switch back to app IDs, and now I'm going to look for app IDs for the specific application that I'm working on here. And now, as we can see, we have OneSignal bundle ID for my app name. I will click on this, and now we need to configure the app group, because as you can see in the Despia editor, this OneSignal target has the bundle ID and the app group. Now, the app group is detached from the bundle ID, but they need to be linked, as you can see right inside of here. So we need to go into the bundle ID and link the bundle ID with the app group so that those targets are connected to each other. So now we're going to do this. Let's go back to Apple Developer. And as you can see inside of here, under app groups, under the app group capability, we can now click on this button configure, which I will do. I will click on configure. And now inside of here, we will need to search for our bundle ID for the application. I would say do Command F. That'll make it way simpler, and search for your app name. There you go. And now you're going to just look for the highlighted ones. As you can see, I have app group for OneSignal for app name. I will add this app group that I just created inside of here. Let's close that and save this. And we're adding this, as you can see, right here in this OneSignal bundle ID. So the OneSignal bundle ID for my application will be linked with the OneSignal group ID for that same application. So we will save this and we will confirm this now. Now there's one more thing that we have to do. We have to look for our app name again inside of the identifiers, go to the core application, and inside of the core application, we need to link the app group also with the core application. Meaning right now I'm at my core bundle ID, that's for the whole application in general. And I will go on app groups here, and I will go to configure. Now I'm just going to go and do Command F, and I will look for my app name. And now, as you can see, I will check this app group for OneSignal for my app name capability, this app group, and continue. Now, as you can see, I have one app group for this core bundle ID assigned right inside of here. And now I'm going to save this and confirm this. Now we're all done. Now we need to do the same thing essentially for 3 more. So let's look up our app name again, and let's add a new target. Now the next thing that we're doing is the app clip target. So if you want to, you can configure app clips. Now, even if you don't want to have app clips, you will still need to set this up. So let's go on app clip target and let's copy the clip bundle ID. And let's copy that. Now with the clip, it's a little bit different than the other ones because we actually have to create a type clip application. So let's click on Identifiers on plus. Let's do app ID and let's continue. And now when it says select a type, we're selecting app clip instead of app, as we would do for all other identifiers that are not an app clip. So I will click on app clip and I will now continue. Now, as you can see, it asked me for the parent app ID. The parent app ID will be your core bundle ID for the application that you're currently working on. So let's select that. I'm going to select my core bundle ID, so my core application bundle ID right inside of here, and the product name will be clip with a capital C. There you go. Apologize for the awkward cut. I had an eyelash in my eye, which was very painful. So now we'll continue after I got it out of there. Perfect. So we're going to write clip with a capital C inside of here. And this will be how you will have to name it. If you name it differently, it will not work. So you gotta do clip, C-L-I-P with a capital C. Let's continue. Perfect. Now I'm going to name this app clip bundle ID for, and then I will put my app name inside of here. There you go. Now I have that nicely set up. And now we're going to enable app groups, and we're going to enable, very important, associated domains. There has been a recent update, so now it is mandatory. You need to enable associated domains for your app clip. There you go. Now, that's essentially it. You may also want to do push notifications, so you can send push notifications from the clip. But there you go. Now we're going to continue and register this clip bundle ID. Now, we will have to search for this again, and as you can see, we have added the clip bundle ID. Now, we're going to add the group ID, link it with the bundle ID, and then link it with the core of the application. So let's go back to Despia. Let's look again at this app clip target package. And now I'm going to go on app clip group and I will copy the app clip group ID. And now I will add a new identifier that will be an app group, right? And I will go on continue. And I will name this app group for app clip for my app name. There you go. And now I will put the bundle identifier for this identifier for this group ID. So this group identifier, I will just paste this inside of here that I copied from the Despia dashboard. There you go. So now let's go and continue and let's register this. Beautiful. So now we have this set up inside of here. So let's look for this again. And as you can see, we have this app group for app clip for my application name. So now I'm going to go back to the filter to look for all my app IDs, and I will look for my application name again. There you go. Now I'm going to go on inside of here under my app clip bundle for my app name. I will click on here and I will now go on app groups and I will configure the app groups. I will go Command F and I will look for app group for app clip for my app name. It needs to be precisely the app group for the app clip because we're linking this now with the bundle ID for the app clip, and the bundle ID for the app clip and the app group for the app clip have to be linked together. That's very important. So let's make sure that we continue with the step. Let's exit out of that here. Perfect. And now we're going to save this and we're confirm the modification. So let's look for our app name again inside of here. And let's go to the core bundle ID. That's the bundle ID for the whole application. And now inside of here, we're going to go to the app groups. Once it loaded, we're going to go to the app groups, and we're going to also now link this with the app group for app clip for my app name. Let's continue with that, save and confirm this change. There you go. Now let's look up for our application name again. We have those. Now we need to add the share target. So that's another package that we need to add to the application. So let's go to share bundle ID, and we will copy the share bundle ID. And now you know the drill. We're going to add a new identifier that will be an app ID. We will continue, and the type where it says select type will be app. We will continue, and now I will give it a name. I will call this share target bundle ID for my app name. There you go. And then I will do bundle ID. I will paste it. I will do explicit, and then I will do enable the capabilities app groups, and that should be it. Now I'm going to continue, register, and now I'm going to look again for my app name, and now we're going to go to the filter to group IDs, and we're going to add a new group ID, right? So we will add a new identifier that will be type group ID, and now we're going to add the group ID for the share target module that we're now going to add. So in the Despia editor, under the share target package, we already have added the bundle ID. Now we will add its group ID. So I will copy the group ID, and I will now go and add this new app group here, right? And I'm going to name this app group for share target for my app name. And now I will paste the identifier that I copied from the Despia editor right inside of here, and I will click on continue and register. And now I go back to app IDs on the filter, and I will look for my app name. There you go. And I will now go on the share target bundle ID for my app name. Once it loaded, we will then go to the group ID. As you can see, under capabilities, we go to the app groups, and we're going to go on configure. I'm going to go on Command F, and I will look for my app name. There you go. And now I need to look for app group for share target, because it needs to be linked with the appropriate one, right? So I will go with app group for share target for my app name. And now we will go on continue. There you go. And I will save the selection and confirm the change. That's it. Now we will need to look for our app name again. And I will go on my core bundle ID. That's the bundle ID for the whole application. And now once this is loaded, we will add this target, this app group inside of it as well. So we go to the capability of app groups. We will go on edit. I will go on Command F, and I will look for my application name. And now I will add app group for share target for my app name as an app group to the core bundle ID. And I will save this and confirm the change. There you go. Now we will need to add the smart widget. As you can see, now the last one will be the smart widget package that we will need to add to this application. So we will copy the widget bundle ID. I will copy the widget bundle ID. We will go back to Apple Developer and add a new identifier that will be type app ID. We will continue. The type of that specific identifier will be app, and we will continue. Now I will give it a very descriptive name, because the moment you have multiple applications, this really gets messy. So I'm going to add it to name it widget bundle ID for my app name. And I will paste the bundle ID and make sure it's explicit. Beautiful. Now we're going to add app groups as its only capability. And I'm going to click on continue and register. Now we will add a new identifier that will be an app group. We will continue. The description will be app group for widget for my app name. There you go. Now we're going to copy the widget app group, just like that, and we're going to paste it inside of here, inside of the identifier. Let's continue and register this. Now we will go with the next step. We're now going to search for our app name again inside of the app IDs. So I will go on the drop down, make sure we have app ID selected, and I will look for our app name. And I will now go to the widget bundle ID for my app name. And I will go to the group IDs. I will go on configure. I will look for my app name, and I will link this with the app group for widget for my app name. Now the widget needs to be linked with the widget, so that's very important that you select the right one. A lot of times when people have build errors, it's because they select two or they select the wrong one by mistake. So always make sure to double check that, which we will be doing after we're done, because this step can make you a little bit paranoid sometimes. Let's save this, confirm the change, and there you go. Now we gotta double check everything. So let's go on our app name, and actually I forgot, again, makes a little bit paranoid. Let's go on the core bundle ID, and now we also need to link this widget group ID with the core bundle ID. So we go to the app groups. So yeah, we go to the app groups. Let's edit this, and now let's go on Command F. Let's look for our app name, and let's link the core bundle ID with the app group for widget for my app name. Let's continue, and let's save that, and let's confirm the change. So now we want to double check everything. So here's the thing. We need to have an app group for every of those modules that you can see right here in the Despia editor. So all of them needs to have an app group. All of them needs to have an app bundle ID, right? So share target needs to have a bundle ID. App clip target needs to have a bundle ID. Share target, OneSignal target, share target needs to have a bundle ID. Smart widget needs to have a bundle ID. And they all also need to have a group ID. And the bundle ID needs to be linked to their own group ID. It's, it's still confusing to me to this day. It's just something that you want to double check that you set it up correctly, because this is kind of like what your structure of the application needs to successfully sign everything. So now let's double check if that's true. And then they all need to be linked to the core application, so it makes sense that they relate to each other. Because otherwise, how would we know that this OneSignal target bundle ID belongs to this application, right? We link the bundle ID for, let's say, OneSignal to the app group, and then we link that app group to the core bundle ID. That's how we relate those bundle IDs to each other when we're signing and building the application in Xcode. So that's just kind of like how Apple does it. Android does it more automatically. You don't have to worry about that, but with Apple it's a little bit of a manual process. So let's just start by going to the widget again, and let's double check if this is linked with the widget bundle ID, with the widget group ID. So let's go to the widget bundle ID and let's check if it's linked. So the group ID now in here that's selected should be widget, which it is. So we can go back. Perfect. Let's search again for our app name. Let's go to the share target bundle ID, and let's see if this is linked with the share target group ID. Okay, let's see. It is linked with the share target app group. Perfect. So now let's go and search again. Type in our app name. Let's go to the OneSignal bundle ID. Now this should be linked with the OneSignal group for this application. As you can see, it's linked with the OneSignal group for this application. Let's go back. Let's search for our app name again. And let's go to the app clip bundle ID, and that should be linked with the app clip for our application, as you can see right inside of here. Perfect. Now we need to go to the core bundle ID of this application. Let's go inside of here. It'll take a little bit. And now that should be linked with the app group for app clip for the specific application, with the app group for OneSignal for the specific application, and with the app group for share target for the specific application, and lastly for the app group for the widget for the specific application. Regardless of if you use those targets or not, you always want to link that. So there you go. Now we have the whole structure nicely set up. So now one thing that we need to do is we need to clear the provisioning profile that was created, if it was created, that your application used for version 2, because Despia automatically has access to create a provisioning profile, and it will automatically create a provisioning profile for the intent of signing your application automatically for you if you use our automatic CI/CD publishing service. Now, what you need to do if you migrate from version 2 to version 3, you need to delete the old provisioning profile because the whole structure of how we are signing things now has changed, because we moved from a static approach to a modular approach. Now, the beautiful thing of this new modular approach is we will never have to update this again because it's now future-proof, and we did not expect back then that Despia will have that many native functionalities, from app clips to widgets to stuff that none of our competitors is even thinking about adding. But the fact is that we wanted to add all those things because we got all your requests, means we had to restructure the whole way it works. So this is why it's now a little bit of effort migrating, but we did everything in our possibilities and we did lots of automation, so it's as smooth as it can be within the Apple ecosystem. And there are lots of things that we now do behind the scenes for you that, you know, are just one push of a button. But that's the only thing you have to manually do. So let's go to our provisioning profiles and let's take a look here at, you know, we can take a look. We need to search probably for the provisioning profile for our app name. And now you'll see I have 2 provisioning profiles for this app name, right? So we will just search by app name, so you don't delete the other ones. And now let's delete all of them. I have 2 for some reason, but I've also been testing like crazy on this application. So there you go, and I will delete the other provisioning profile. So this application needs to have all provisioning profiles removed. So then when you go on the search, look for your application name, it should say no results found. That's exactly what you want, so it doesn't have any provisioning profile. Now, with that being said, we are all good to go. So we will go back to Despia, and we will now publish this project. Now what it will do, it will automatically connect with our M2 build resources, which essentially is really cool because we have a whole headless Mac M2 machine. Now opening Xcode, loading your project files into it, building the Xcode application together, compiling it is essentially a robot building an iOS application for you in the real Xcode experience. It will compile it down to over 2,100 files, native code, and it will then one-click automatically, securely, because you give us permission to be an app manager, securely from your Apple developer account, log in to your Apple account to Xcode and publish it from there as a draft to the App Store, so it doesn't affect your live application, but you can still test it from your physical device using TestFlight, and then you can manually start a public test. And, you know, once you got the blessing from all of your users, they like it, it's a push of a button to send it to app review, and it will automatically be on the App Store after the change has been approved by the app review team. But the cool thing is with Despia, you can also do over-the-air updates, meaning if you adjust your code base and you publish it to your main branch, which should be connected to your Despia application, you don't have to go through app review or rebuild it again, because all the changes that you do are remote. So you get the benefits from a web application while having all the benefits from being a mobile application, which is pretty cool. So you don't have to wait 15 days for Apple to adjust your new paywall change. You can do it all over the air. You update it, publish it. The moment the people, your users, open the application again, it's changed. You don't have to go through App Store approval. It's completely compliant with all the rules and regulations. It's completely legal. It's nothing. It's not a shortcut or a way around an Apple regulation. It's 100% compliant with the way Apple works. I mean, just don't abuse it, right? To do stuff that is against their guidelines. But this technology that we have, completely blessed by Apple, completely compliant with their guidelines. So that's just something to note. You don't have to rebuild and redo this process that we're doing here just for every change on your web application, because they're all automatically over the air thanks to the way how Despia works remotely. Now, it will take a little bit to build. It can take up to an hour to build. So I'm going to cut this video and I will meet you back the moment we have the build success. So as you can see, the build was completely successful. We have now here the latest Despia version. We're not on version 2 anymore. We're now on version 3. We have all those exciting functionalities and features added to our application. As you can see, I already got an email from Apple congratulating me that the new build was successful and is now being processed. There you go. And yeah, I already got it on a test flight right here. I can use it now. And that's how simple that works. That's how you migrate. It's just a few steps and a few clicks. Once you got the hang of it, it's actually quite simple. It's just a little bit confusing, maybe a little bit on the first try. But if you have any questions, if you need any help in this migration process, please reach out to our customer support team. We are here to help you 24/7. We want to make sure that your application gets successfully to the App Store, and we will do everything in our ability to make sure that this process is as smooth and as seamless as possible for you. Thank you so much for using Despia. Thank you so much for your trust. I really appreciate that, and I can't wait to see all the exciting applications that you will be building with it. Take care. Bye.